everyone, this is Senrex from the Order 66 Hellions, and today I'm going to be doing a video guide on the Executor versus Profundity counter. Going through the itinerary today, we're first going to be talking about who this is for. Second, the relic levels and speed strategy involved in countering Profundity with Executor. Third, the basics of how this counter works. Fourth, I'm going to be showing two runs. First, an Executor versus Profundity run with good RNG, and second, an Executor versus Profundity run with bad RNG, and this is going to involve a TIE Bomber bailout. Lastly, as always, we're going to finish up with a little bit of self-promotion. So first, let's talk about who this video is for. Number one, this is for players looking to increase their fleet arena average. If you have the Executor in your roster at 7 stars, and you have some decent relics on your characters, like myself, you should be able to climb to first place in fleet arena very consistently. For me, it's more of a commitment issue. The only times I don't get first are the days that I just miss my climb. And as long as your arena shard isn't populated with several 7-star Leviathans, you will be easily able to climb to first place. Now, 7-star Leviathans are typically only found in really, really old shards. My shard is about 6 years old, and we don't have any 7-star Leviathans yet, which is very, very, very nice, as I'm going to continue to be able to profit from this. Next, players who are just struggling to counter Profundities with Executor, there's not a whole lot of guides that explain it, quickly and efficiently as the way that I try to in most cases. So if you're looking to just learn how to use this counter as you just got Executor, this is the right spot to go. And lastly, players that don't know the power of the TIE Bomber should definitely watch this video in its entirety, as the TIE Bomber is an extremely necessary engine to counter Profundity. Some people are just blissfully unaware of this fact, and it's a shame because you're required to farm this TIE Bomber in order to even unlock the Executor, so you're already going to have him at 7 stars. So this is definitely an effective use of that character. Let's talk about relics and strategy. To effectively counter Profundity, and we're talking about a 7-star Profundity with, Relic 6, 7, and 8 characters exclusively, I would recommend a minimum of a Relic 5 BAM, a Relic 7 Cad Bane, and a Relic 5 Houndstooth. I have a Relic 5 BAM, a Relic 8 Cad Bane, and a Relic 7 Houndstooth, and these are the numbers of the relics that will be shown in the video today. Second, we'll talk about speed strategy. When compared with Executor, there's a few things you can do to really boost your speed and get yourself a little bit of an advantage on your opponent. Meanwhile, with Profundity, you're always going to be slower than them if they're at 7 stars. So there's really nothing that you can do to prevent the opening onslaught from nearly finishing off your BAM. Now, given this information, you don't really need to worry about mods and supercharging your mods on specific characters in order to outspeed particular opponents. There's nothing you can do with your speed mods that will allow you to outspeed your opponent. So you should work on your in-battle analysis. Now, it is important to note that just because I'm saying you don't need to work on your mods, your ships do get a sizable boost from having mods. So you really want to make sure that you have 6-dot mods on your BAM, your Cad Bane, and your Houndstooth. But unlike in the Executor versus Executor counter, putting 6A mods on these characters is not going to alter speed to a degree that impacts the battle significantly. So we're going to go over the basics of the counter. There's really two ways to counter the Profundity. One's going to be good RNG versus bad RNG. Typically, the battle opens up, and if they kill your Razor Crest, immediately you're going to be done. And if they kill your Razor Crest, there's going to be no path forward to the victory of the battle. So if your Razor Crest is dead, just quit. But if your Razor Crest does survive, which happens about 95% of the time in my scenarios, there are two ways in which you could win. There's a good RNG way versus a bad RNG way. So the general strategy is once your Razor Crest is almost killed, you're going to want to heal him using your Executor's ability. And then going forward, you're going to use the assist abilities from the Razor Crest and the Xanadu Blood on the Outrider. Now that is the ship that Dash Rendar pilots. So you're going to be using those assist abilities on the Razor Crest, or from the Razor Crest and the Xanadu Blood on the Outrider. And in about 60% of all cases, this is going to be enough to kill the Outrider outright. And once this happens, the enemy team is going to be nothing compared to the might of your fleet, because once they lose the Outrider, the Profundity is kind of a sitting duck ship. It's important to note that bounty hunter ships can ignore taunt from pilotless ships, so the rebel bomber who will be taunting at the beginning of the battle, you can literally just click on another character and attack them, so don't be worried about that. Next, you don't want to bring Slave 1 or the IG-2000 in as the first reinforcement. opt for the TIE Bomber, as the TIE Bomber is very essential in bad RNG rollouts. First, let's say hypothetically speaking, in a bad RNG scenario, your Xanadu Blood and Razor Crest are unable to kill your opponent's Outrider. Now, the only way that you're going to win this battle is if the TIE Bomber comes in and using its reinforcement ability, it drops burning on all opponents. Now, burning on rebel opponents is uncleansable, which is very helpful, and it also prevents them from attacking on a turn. So if you get a bad RNG situation where the Outrider survives, you're going to need to use this TIE Bomber in order to win the battle. And if you get the TIE Bomber in quick enough, you're going to be in great shape for the rest of the fight, and you should be able to finish this off. Now, I know there's a lot of things I could say in words, but I'm going to actually go through and show you guys with commentary 2 videos of me having a good RNG moment and a TIE Bomber bailout moment, and how you should interact with the Executor versus Profundity counters in actual battle situations. Hope you guys enjoy.
Alright guys, so we're going to get into this Profundity battle now. Since the Profundity always outspeeds you and you don't really know the scenario, there's going to be no way to tell if this is going to be good RNG or bad RNG run until we get into it. Important to note, my starting lineup as well as my reinforcements, you absolutely positively need TIE Bomber in order to be safe. So let's get right into this battle and see how it plays out. The opening barrage is going to come right at my Razor Crest, or there's about a 10% chance that they target your Houndstooth. If they target your Houndstooth, this would be what we call a very, very, very good RNG run, as targeting the Houndstooth makes absolutely no sense for the opposing fleet, as the Houndstooth is a tank, and when you attack on a turn, he's just going to gain a ridiculous amount of bonus protection, and you're going to make very little to no progress whatsoever. So if this game ever loads, we will get into this battle and see what my opponent's fleet is going to do to me, again, if this ever loads. Come on. Poor internet connection. It's thinking. Oh, look at that. No way. Okay, so we got into the battle. Hopefully that delay is not excruciatingly painful. They're going to call in. They're going to target my Razor Crest, which is the worst case scenario. They're going to do an opening barrage, and then the Outrider is going to call in an attack. No assists were called, which was very good. So now we're going to want to use the third ability. We only need to keep them from escaping. This is going to heal the Razor Crest up to full health. As stated previously, since this is a pilotless ship, it is not going to be taunting. So you can use rogue maneuver with your Xanadu Blood, hopefully inflicting a breach on your opponent, and then call the Razor Crest in to assist. We inflicted a breach, we inflicted target lock, and now we've got marked. It's going to cleanse immediately. Now we're going to want to use stalling strafe on the opponent, calling again Xanadu Blood. If Xanadu Blood gets 2 hits and there's no resists, we have taken out the Outrider. At this point, we have completely crippled the opponent's fleet, and there's nothing that they're going to be doing to win this battle. So this is an amazing RNG maneuver. So right here, we're going to use Devourer of Prey. Now, you might be asking why. Well, this actually will dispel the shield disruption that is on the Houndstooth. So once we use this ability, we're going to get our protection back, and we're going to be taunting. So this is exactly what we want. They're going to bring in Biggs Darklighter ship, which is typical of the Profundity defense. It's double tank variation. Now we're going to bring in the Imperial TIE Bomber. This bomber is not going to help us reach our contract any quicker or achieve our ultimate ability. But what it is going to do is it's going to cripple the team, because with the burning that is undispellable for 2 turns, right, when the reinforcement is called in, it reduces the opponent's chance to evade, which is a big problem with the Profundity, as well as prevents them from attacking out of turn. So we're going to target the Biggs Darklighter ship first, as I find that this is typically what you want to do. Now I'm going to use this basic on Han Solo's ship, get marked on him, which is very, very, very good, because he's going to be the largest problem for our fleet. And we definitely should take him out first. But at this point, the opposing fleet is going to be of no issue, as we've already taken out the Outrider. He's going to cause 99.99% of your problems. We're using AoE here on the Rebel Y-Wing, hopefully take out 2 ships at once. Whenever they resist attacks, they gain a ridiculous amount of health and protection. So they resisted a bunch of debuffs right there. I'm going to use a special, call in Xanadu's Blood, and it looks like we've got our contract triggered. The B2 Bomber's special also inflicts unresistible, undispellable burning that dispels all debuffs, but you typically don't want to use that quite yet, as you want to wait for the original burning to run out before you use the new burning. We're going to pop an AoE right here. We're going to take out, hopefully target Biggs Darklighter ship, and look at that. We've already gotten to our ultimate ability, and our ships are almost at full health and protection. So once you get the profundity counter down, and if the RNG goes well for you, this battle is not going to be an issue for most people 99.9% of the time. Now, it's what to do and how to adapt in situations where things do not go very well that is going to be most helpful for most people. Boba Fett's going to come in and take everyone out. That was a great battle. So let's see if we can find one where the RNG doesn't quite go our way, and I'm going to teach you guys how to adapt in those scenarios. All right, so we're going to be going for the same guy again. I didn't mention before that his relic levels are pretty crazy. So we're going to hope for a bad RNG run right here, one where my Razor Crest takes a lot more beating, or we don't quite get the Outrider out. So they're going to be attacking my Razor Crest. They're going to get a lot more assists this time. It looks like they're going to use a basic. It's going to call more assists. So the bonus life on my Razor Crest has been depleted, as well as when he originally gets defeated, he gets 5 stacks of reinforced hull that give him 250% defense per stack. He is down to 1 stack. In this same scenario, we're still gonna use our special ability, heal him up, get him to a point. Now we're gonna target the Outrider. Hopefully he resists this time and survives. So we're gonna use this attack. Looks like he got a resist there, and then right here, he resisted. So the Outrider is alive, and this is not what you'd like to see. So at this point, there's a little bit of adaptation that needs to be had. So you're definitely going to want to use your Devour Your Prey on the opposing Outrider, because you can still target him. So we're going to want to get him out as quickly as possible. But given this scenario, he's going to regain protection very quickly. Yep, look at that. So he's already back up to full protection. And this is when we bring in the Imperial TIE Bomber to bail us out of the fight. So what the TIE Bomber is going to do is, since the opposing person has double tank, and we can not avoid Biggs Darklighter's tanking maneuver, or his taunting maneuver, sorry, we're going to pop this AoE right here early, and it's going to dispel all of the buffs from the opponents, as well as apply burning to them, which is extremely helpful, because with burning, they can't attack out of turn. Now, in these scenarios, Dash Rendar can still survive this attack if he resists a lot, but it looks like he survived it anyway, so we're just going to see if we can go all in on him and take him out before he gets another turn. So look at that. Oh, is the burning going to get him? Oh, not quite. So, yeah, Dash Rendar is still living and breathing, which is not what we like to see. I'm going to pop an AoE here on the Rebel Y-Wing. But thanks to the TIE Bomber, we have an opportunity to take him out. He is now under stealth, and we are still in a decent position right here, as none of our fleets have been completely obliterated. But now that the burning has expired on him, they're going to have the opposing ships unchecked are going to cause massive problems for our team. Pop an AoE right here to get a bunch of damage on them, call Razor Crest into assist, taking out the Rebel Y-Wing. Now we're going to call in a Boba Fett ship. In an ideal world, we'd have contract triggered, but since we've done such good work on Dash Rendar, next turn we will be able to call in Boba Fett's special ability and take Dash Rendar out under his protection. So he's probably gonna have full protection next turn around if they don't get our Boba Fett out of here. But since his attack ignores protection, we're going to be in really good shape if he gets another turn. Come on, stay alive, Boba Fett. Basic. Okay. On top of that, we've beaten our opponents, our ultimate ability, which is very nice. So at this point, Dash Rendar ships still survive, but thanks to the TIE Bomber, we were able to persevere through this trouble, as because of the burning that he inflicts, it cripples the team, not allowing them to do bonus attacks, which essentially the Profundity, that's all it is. It's just a team that gets a pesky amount of bonus attacks. And with the Imperial TIE Bomber, those bonus attacks are no longer able to be had. And the fleet, even though we weren't able to get the Outrider out originally, was a very, very, very easy to counter, as we are still faster at getting to our ultimate if we call in a Boba Fett ship.
Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'm doing free roster reviews, so if you're interested in one of those, leave your Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.gg in the comments below. And if you're interested in joining a guild in the 400 million GP bracket, my guild, the Order 66 Hellions, gets the most Riva shards and performs extremely well in territory war in this bracket. So give us a shout. Discord link will be in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope everyone has a fantastic day.